Breaking news mga kababayan, nagsalita na, nagpa-interview na ang panibagong o bagong legal team attorney ng asawa ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte na si Attorney Niel Abayon. Nako mga kababayan, napakatindi ho ng kanya mga isisiwalat patungkol ho dito sa mga akusasyon o dito sa kaso laban dito sa mga kongresista, laban dito sa AMLAC, laban sa Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas na kung saan ay hinilabas nila illegally itong mga bank transaction. Oh, grabe. Ito, panoorin nyo si Attorney Niel Abayon.
Ano po yung pinaka-core issue ng mga kasong isinampa ninyo po laban sa ilang miyembro ng House Justice Committee at ilang government agencies?
So the case filed, ito kailangan ko po i-emphasize kasi based on all the questions I received yesterday from different media outlets, mukhang may misconception po sa public. So ang tandaan po natin dito unang-una, this is a criminal case po yung final namin. So when you say criminal case, ang issue lang po talaga dyan, whether or not may nilabag ba or may ginawa kayong something illegal. Tapos kung meron po yung liability. Ganun lang po yun. Kasi yung tinatanong sa akin paulit-ulit kahapon is, pang-distract lang daw to, will this affect the impeachment proceedings? Wala po tong correlation doon. This is not a TRO case, an injunction case, but simply a criminal case para yung mga taong nag-violate doon sa Anti-Money Laundering Act, Bank Secrecy Law po natin, and the Data Privacy Act ay mapanagot as to the penal provisions of those laws. Yun lang po yung pinaka-final po talaga namin.
Attorney, hindi ko alam kung dapat kong tanungin kasi minsan pagdating sa usaping korte, parang hindi natin pwedeng pangunahan yung mga aksyon na gagawin niya, baka ma-preempt. But I want to ask you, pero nasa inyo po yun kung sasagutin niyo o hindi, ano po ang pinakamalakas ninyong legal basis sa pagsasabing may paglabag po sa Anti-Money Laundering Act or Bank Secrecy Law at Data Privacy Act? Attorney?
Okay, so kung tingnan po natin yung Anti-Money Laundering Act as amended, Section 8A to be specific, very straightforward naman po yung term at provision ng batas na yun. Nakalagay doon, they cannot disclose, shall not disclose in any manner any information they received, yung AMLAC and its secretariat, even after they leave their office. And then if you read the entire RA 9160 as amended, wala na pong exceptions na pinrovide doon. So, yung position namin, it is absolute, yung confidentiality. At hindi po naman pwede natin ma-blame si Attorney Mans if he is enforcing that right. Kasi tandaan po natin, hindi po kami yung gumawa ng batas, mga congressmen po. Diba? So, kung binigay yun ng congressman sa amin yung right na yun to enforce that, yun yung ginagawa ngayon ni Attorney Mans. He is enforcing that right that was given to him by no less than the Congress people po natin.
Yes, Attorney.
2021 amendment lang po yan. And idagdag ko lang din, ma'am, even in the section 16 din po nun, may provision din that states the AMLAC records cannot be used for political purposes.
Yes.
So, yan.
Sa inyong pananaw, Attorney, may limitasyon po ba ang kapangyarihan ng House of Representatives Justice Committee sa pagkuha at mga paglabas ng mga financial information? Attorney, kung meron po, saan po ito nagtatapos?
So, ito po, i-discuss ko yung pinaka-foundation and fundamental basis po nitong Anti-Money Laundering Act natin and other confidential laws natin kasi baka po iniisip nyo, ano lang yan, ordinaryong batas lang naman yan, therefore lamang yung right to accountability provision, section Article 11 of the Constitution. So, hindi po yun ganun kasimple because we have to remember the right to privacy natin emanates from the Constitution din directly, which is under the Bill of Rights po natin yan. So kung ganyan po ang nagbabanggaan ngayon, Bill of Rights natin versus accountability of public officers, di ba sabi po ng Supreme Court dun sa most recent impeachment case nila, Duterte versus HOR 2025, na the Bill of Rights, the right to due process, applies in all stages of the impeachment process. Di ba? So they cannot simply invoke or sabihin, hindi po nila dapat sabihin na because this is our power to initiate, therefore we can do whatever we want. Hindi po ganun, ma'am. Kasi di ba, we have to remember, there is a legal principle tinatawag. In-emphasize din po to ng Supreme Court. Dun sa final note nila, ng Duterte versus HOR case, sa pinakadulo, sabi nila, there is a rule of just law. There is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. Yun po yung binabalance talaga. Hindi pwede yung magtago lang tayo sa accountability of public officers sa provision kasi nandyan din po yung Bill of Rights. And then if we go to the basics of our constitutional law, kung tingnan po ninyo yung structure ng paggawa ng constitution natin, nakasunod-sunod po yan preamble, national territory, declaration of state policies, and then Bill of Rights. So bakit siya nilagay sa Article 3? Diba? That means talagang may importance po yan. Diba? So yun yung kailangan i-balance. Hindi po pwede, in very simple terms, hindi pwede sabihin lang na we can do whatever we want because we are performing our impeachment function. We still have to preserve and protect the rights of the people.
Okay, Attorney. Sa usaping particular din po, sa usaping Anti-Money Laundering Council, Attorney, saan po ninyo nakikitang nagkakaroon ng posibleng paglabag? Sa proseso po ba? Sa disclosure? O sa paggamit po ng mga impormasyon?
Disclosure and the use of the information. Kasi since they disclosed it, that is already a form of using the information. So that is a clear liability under Section 8A. And in the amendment, the most recent amendment of RA 9160, nilagay po nila dun may penalty pag i-violate mo yung Section 8A.
Opo, Attorney.
It is very specific po yung batas.
Napakaganda, no? Nagiging malinaw na sa atin lahat kung ano-ano yung mga paglabag o posibleng nailabag nila. Marami po nagsasabi, Attorney, na kailangan po natin or kailangan ng full transparency para po, syempre, sa accountability. Paano po ninyo sasagutin ang argumento na ang pagprotekta sa bank secrecy at data privacy ay maaaring maging hadlang sa paghahanap ng katotohanan? Attorney?
So, doon lang po tayo, babalik tayo sa rule of just law, diba? Right way to do the right thing at the right time. So, in very simple terms, the right to accountability needs to be balanced with the Bill of Rights. Hindi nga pwede na sabihin lang nila, we are initiating the impeachment complaint, therefore, we can do what... Hindi po ganun exactly sinasabi nila, but I am just simplifying it para maintindihan po talaga. Para kasing ganun nangyayari They want to do something, they will vote on it, tapos approve. So, we have to remind them that we have the Bill of Rights and that the right to accountability is not the right to politically persecute.
Yes.
Accountability yung issue natin dito. Lahat pa lang naman po, these are all allegations pa lang. Yet, yun, nadi-disclose na in public, tapos walang right to cross-examine, to confront the evidence and the witness. So yun po yung dilemma dito.
Dire-diretso na tayo, Attorney. Alam ko, humihingal pa kayo, pero alam mo, sa taong naninindigan sa tama at hindi nagsisinungaling, kahit na alog-alogin mo, iisa lang magiging sagot. Yun totoo at tama para sa tao. Diretsuhan na po ito, Attorney. May nagsasabi na ang mga kasong ito ay paraan lamang para kontrahin o pahinain ang impeachment proceedings. Ano po ang malinaw ninyong sagot dito?
So we'll just go back to the basics of criminal procedure, criminal prosecution. The issue is whether or not may nilabag ba kayong batas. Yun lang naman po yun This does not touch on the impeachment kasi sila po yung nag-disclose. Sila yung may ginawang something illegal. So ini-enforce lang po yun ni Attorney Mans. This is like what I stated earlier, hindi po to injunction or TRO. Wala pong ganong objective para pigilan yung impeachment. Ang sa amin lang, ang issue po talaga, whether or not may nilabag ka ba under the Anti-Money Laundering Act. If yes, then you should be held liable.
Yes, thank you very much. But